welcome to the Duke Sapora Halloween Holiday Special Series. This is the podcast where we talk about all things Halloween. I'm horror author H. Duke.
And I am Screwloose, the filmmaker.
All right, and this week we are talking about Halloween candy. But first, I was like, wait, how often are these being released? Is it every week?
We put out 2 last week. I think we put out like 2 before. We dropped like 2 at a time.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, this episode, I should say. But before that, what have you done that's spooky recently, John?
Well, one of my favorite things is The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. He had his Halloween special about a week or so ago, and watched that. He covered 2 movies back to back. He did a Angel and also Terror Train. Never heard of Angel before. Terror Train, Jamie Lee Curtis. I've seen that one before. It's about a costume party on a train where there's a killer who wants to take out this fraternity who's putting on the he's killing everybody, but he mostly wants to get back at this fraternity who hazed him when he was younger. That was pretty good. It's got Jamie Lee Curtis in it. But one of the big things is he had I think David Gordon Green, he's the director of The Last Halloween on, so he was talking to him during the breaks of the movie. And also he had Jason Blum, I believe his first name is Jason, but basically the guy behind Blumhouse who makes pretty much most of the horror films. And yeah, it's kind of Halloween-y thing I did lately. Halloween special.
Nice.
Yep. What about you?
Well, it's a little last minute, but I finally ordered Halloween costumes for me and Giru.
Nice. What are they?
Well, so you know those light up masks where it's like The Purge, right? Like where they wear those light up masks with like X's in the eyes.
Yeah.
So I ordered a couple of those yesterday. I actually wanted to get those suits where it makes you look like you're like a glow stick figure at night, but none of those would have arrived in time. So yeah, that's what Giru and I were going as. I don't even think cool. I don't even remember if I had a costume last year, so this is good for me.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I'm going to be wearing this suit in some capacity for whatever I end up doing, but yeah, that's my plan.
Nice.
Maybe I'll get some mask that goes along with it, but yeah, that's the game plan right now.
Like a pumpkin head or something?
Maybe. I don't know. I was probably just going to go for something like not very expensive, like maybe just a black mask or an orange mask or something. And then maybe I can paint on it and customize it a little bit more. Make it like, I could probably do some pumpkin style and kind of like, they sell those like kind of just simple people masks and all the different colors. I could probably just buy like a black one and maybe customize it into a pumpkin one, something like that.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool. Yeah. Getting excited.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're getting down to the last few days. It's crazy how fast it goes.
Yeah, certainly. Goes fast, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, can't believe it's only like 4 days away, and I'm like, shoot, what am I going to be doing, for Halloween? Am I going to find a party, or am I going to go haunted house? And that was one of the things. I'm like, I haven't been to any of the haunted houses I've wanted to go to yet, so I'm like, man, maybe that'll be my Halloween weekend doing that. So yeah.
Yep, we're going to one on Thursday. Shock House, yeah, nice.
Shock House. They do a $15 admission, so I figured that would be good. But also got to get into the Factory Fair and Skellington Manor, I suppose. At least the ones in the near vicinity. Got to go for.
For sure. I think one episode we could do, like maybe after Halloween, we could do one where we're talking about like what we want to do next year, like just sort of recapping the whole season. That could be fun.
For sure. Yeah. I'd be about it.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get into today's topic, which is Halloween candy. So I have a list of the 10 most popular Halloween candies in the United States. So I thought we could just go down and talk about them, rate them, see if we like them or not.
Sure.
All right. So, well, I guess I should ask first. Should we go from most popular to least popular or least popular to most popular?
Let's go least to most.
Okay. Do a little build up. I feel you. Okay. So The number 10 most popular Halloween candy is candy corn. How do you feel about candy corn?
I like the idea of it more than I actually like it. I mean, I'm kind of, I guess I don't know if this list is brands or types of candy, because for me, I can name 10 candies I'd rather have than candy corn. It's one of those things like I said, I like the idea of it. So, maybe buy like a small baggie of it so you can eat like a couple pieces and then give the rest to somebody else. But yeah, I like the idea of candy corn more than I actually like the idea of it. And as far as the trick-or-treating candy goes, kind of a bad one unless you have them already packaged somehow, because I don't know. You can't just give people loose candy. So yeah.
For sure. I feel like it gets maligned more than it really deserves. I mean, like I wouldn't eat a lot of it. It's like the type of candy where if someone has it in a bowl at work, I'll take a few pieces, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
I think it has like a good atmospheric aspect.
I like the look of it. I mean,
yeah.
It's a very good Halloween aesthetic, in my opinion. Yeah.
Like the orange, yellow, and white stripes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like decorations and like other things that like are shaped and colored like candy corn are nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I would like buy it myself unless, like you said, maybe it was like a small bag.
Yeah.
Definitely, like if you're trick-or-treating, it's not one you want to get in your bag for sure.
Yep.
Better than some other things like those like red hot candies. I would rather have candy corn than red hots.
For sure.
Yeah. So I guess like out of 5, I would rate candy corn like 2. What would you rate it?
Out of 5, I don't know. I'd give it a 3. I mean, it's middle of the road. I mean, I don't buy a lot of it, but like I said, I'd eat a little bit of it. I like the idea of it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, as far as like aesthetics of candy go, the way it looks, it is probably the best looking Halloween candy. So,
True.
Otherwise you just got candy bars, which a candy bar looks like a candy bar, just, little chunk of brown. So yeah.
The aesthetic of a little chunk of brown is never a good aesthetic.
Indeed.
All right. Like, I guess speaking of little chunks of brown, the number 9 most popular candy, and just to clarify, this is like how much candy is sold in the United States. But the number 9 one is Tootsie Pops.
Okay. I like Tootsie Pops. It's kind of one of the things I was thinking. I mean, I like Tootsie Pops. I mean, I'm kind of surprised it's that high. I think maybe just because as far as Halloween candies go, people do steer more towards the chocolate, but no, I like Tootsie Pops. And I don't know. We've bought a little bit of Halloween candy this year to dabble in, tasting stuff. And I know, kind of forgot the Tootsie Pops, but I don't know, somebody's got to make sure to hand those out. I like the Tootsie Pops, but I also like the Blow Pops where you get the gum in there. It's a 2-in-1 candy. Yeah.
I feel like Tootsie Pops are one of those ones that you get in like the big like mixed bag of candy. So
yeah.
I don't think anyone is like buying like Tootsie Pops to buy Tootsie Pops. Maybe some, like a few people are, but yeah, it just seems like one of the ones where you buy the big bag and you're like excited about all the chocolate and whatnot, and then like you also have Tootsie Pops.
Yeah. Well, unless you want to buy like a variety, you're like, okay, we need Snickers, we need Reese's, we need put some suckers in there, stuff like that. Because otherwise, I mean, what I have kind of noticed with the variety packs of candies are like, it's never all the ones you really want. It's like 2 good ones and then 2 lesser known or 2 worse ones. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should save my least popular candies to the end. But it's like, if you want Reese's and Twix, you're also going to have to deal with like Milk Duds and Whoppers.
Right.
So,
yeah.
At least in variety packs. So, yeah.
I feel like Milk Duds and Whoppers are better than like some other candies, like I'm not really big on like hard candies,
Which hard candies?
Like suckers or like the little like gobstopper type things. I think I liked them more when I was a kid, but they were like definitely one of the last things I would eat out of my candy bag.
I mean, I'd rather have those than Whoppers or Milk Dud, just because, I mean, more so I'm like, you need some suckers and I don't know, you need some variety candy. Can't just all be chocolate, but most of the popular ones are chocolate. So
Yeah, I would be just fine with like all chocolate, but that's just not the way it works.
I like the suckers, so what could you do?
Right. Yeah. All right. So the number 8 is Snickers.
Really? I'm surprised it's that high.
You mean that high or that low?
Um, well, I guess that low. Okay. Yeah, I meant to say that low just basically because I don't know. I mean, in like the off season, like non-Halloween times of year, it seems like Snickers is like the most well-known candy bar. At least that's my opinion. It's like I see
Yeah.
more Snickers commercials than I do commercials for other stuff. But yeah, get what I mean?
I get what you mean. Like they actually advertise and other candies don't really.
Yeah. So it seems like Snickers is kind of the main candy bar, even though it's not my top favorite Halloween candies, but I just feel like Snickers is like kind of the most well known,
Hmm.
if that makes any sense. Yeah.
Snickers or
Surprised about that
Reese's
one.
also does pretty good commercials, but they usually keep theirs around Halloween though.
Yeah. Reese's does. I mean, like again, if we're talking specifically Halloween candy or Halloween commercials, I like Reese's. I like Reese's any time of year. Reese's is definitely, it's my number one Halloween candy. I've always
Hmm.
liked Reese's. I mean, if I can only have one, it would be Reese's. And but yeah, just I guess I have to think if I think I see a lot of Reese's commercials in the off season because I mean usually they do their Halloween commercials.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yep. All right. And number 7 is one that I associate more with Christmas than Halloween, but Hershey's Kisses.
Sure.
I
I
don't know.
like Hershey's Kisses. They're little though, so I mean I don't want a lot of them, but yeah, I like Hershey's Kisses fine.
I like Hershey's Kisses too. I feel like they're not suited to like handing out for trick or treat because you just throw them in the bag and like the foil kind of will pull away from the chocolate, right? And
Yeah.
like stuff will get into the chocolate.
Hmm.
So I feel like they're not good for handing out around Halloween. But do you know if Hershey's has like Halloween themed Hershey's Kisses?
Um, I'm sure they do wrapping that's Halloween themed each year. I mean, I don't think they do anything different. I think a Hershey's Kiss is a Hershey's Kiss
Mm.
any time of year, but yeah.
They'll do different flavors and stuff. Like they'll do like white chocolate, or they'll do the little swirl ones, or they have peanut butter ones.
Yeah. Yep, no, there's variety, but yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that one beat out Snickers. I'm probably gonna keep saying that a lot. I'm like, how did these ones beat out Snickers? But yeah, I mean, I like Hershey's Kisses again. They're good. I mean, they're not my favorite candy, partially because they're just kind of small. So unless they come in like a little bit of a Hershey's Kiss bundle, I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, little candies.
Yeah. I guess I would rate Hershey's Kisses like 3 out of 5. We
Three
didn't
out of
rate
five.
the last two, but we'll just skip
Yeah.
over that. Yeah.
Oh, I'll give the suckers 4 out of 5. Snickers, I think, is a 5 out of 5 candy. I mean, yeah, I mean Snickers is a good candy bar, and then for Hershey's Kisses, I mean, I'll give it like a 3.5 or 4 out of 5. I mean, they got the little drawstring again as aesthetics. As far as candy aesthetics go, it would be my second best looking candy because it's the way it's shaped, kind of like the little pyramid. It's not
Hmm.
a pyramid, but you know what I mean by Hershey's Kiss. It's like the
Yeah.
little
Like a
drop,
little bell or whatever.
and then the foil, and then the fact you have the drawstring and you open it up. Yeah,
Nice.
good aesthetic. So yeah, I didn't feel like I'd go so in depth on my candy reviews, but I'm getting there.
This stuff matters, right?
Oh yeah, it
We're
does.
getting down to like the important topics here.
Well, we're making people think about it.
Yeah.
Think about their candies.
I mean, there's still time to go buy candy. So,
Oh yeah,
all right. Number 6, Sour Patch Kids.
I
What
like
do you
Sour
think?
Patch Kids. Yeah, I mean they're good. I mean I'd give it like a 4 out of 5. Again, I'm surprised it beat out. I'm surprised it beat out Hershey's Kisses. But Sour Patch Kids are good, and again, variety, getting away from just total sugar, or just not total sugar, just chocolate. You know, get some suckers in your bag, get some gobstoppers, get some Sour Patch Kids. Yeah, then get your chocolates in there too. You gotta have a variety, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But yeah, What about you? What are your thoughts on the Sour Patch Kids?
I like Sour Patch Kids. I like anything that's kind of chewy. And I do like, the sour than sweet aspect of them.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll eat them, I might not like
Cool.
buy them on their own, but I would definitely eat some Sour Patch Kids.
Awesome.
You know what else I found out? Sour Patch Kids are the #1 Halloween candy in Illinois.
Illinois?
Which surprised me. Or maybe it shouldn't surprise me. Illinois people are crazy.
Yeah, maybe sometimes. Well, to each their own, I guess. Yeah.
Just so the listeners know, we live in Eastern Iowa, so we're right across the river from Illinois. So there's a little bit of a rivalry going on.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, my thing about it is usually when I think about these things, I'm like, if you could only have one more candy before you die, what would it be? And for some reason, I like Sour Patch Kids, but I don't know. I don't think I would just buy Sour Patch Kids on my own,
That's the thing. I don't think anyone is buying their favorite candy. I think they're just buying these candies for some reason. I don't know what it is, but
yeah,
I can't imagine anyone's Sour Patch Kids. That's the one candy I want to eat for the rest of my life,
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But that said, I'd probably give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah. I can't remember if I rated it at the beginning, but yeah, 3.5 sounds good.
Yep. Agreed. Cool. We agree exactly the same amount on Sour Patch Kids.
Indeed.
Number 5. This one surprises me. Hot tamales.
Yeah, I don't like those at all.
No.
1 out of 5.
Yeah, 1 out of 5. Even less if I can give it less.
If I get hot tamales, I usually throw them away. I mean, I don't know that for sure. I might hold on to them, but they're definitely as I eat through my candy bag as a kid growing up, hot tamales would be, you eventually get to the end where you have kind of the straggler candy you didn't really want to eat. And it's kind of a little sad and depressing because you're I had good candy at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hot tamales either get thrown out or they get eaten at the very end. So, when I'm desperate.
Last resort candy.
1 out of 5.
All right. So moving on to number 4. Number 4 is Starburst.
I like Starburst.
I like Starburst too.
5 out of 5.
I think that's Dad's favorite candy is Starburst. Though I know he likes Reese's now, but he used to really like Starburst.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, Grandma would buy Starburst bags, except she'd eat all the good ones. She'd eat all the pinks and the reds, and then she'd give me the oranges and the yellows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I'm yeah. Oh, Grandma. Just giving people the candy she doesn't want.
Classic.
Literally going through the Starburst bag, eating everything you want, and then giving the scraps away. That's how it felt. I mean, I didn't care. I only think about that now because I'm older and a little bit more, I don't know, less happy-go-lucky. Still pretty happy-go-lucky, but when you're a kid, I'm like, whoa, oranges and yellows.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely appreciate stuff more when you're a kid. You
get
more excited about stuff when you're a kid.
Yep.
I do remember Dad used to get really mad at Grandma about eating all the red and pink Starburst.
Yeah. I guess I can't remember how much I remember Starburst as a Halloween candy, though. It's guess again, so Starburst, unless I can't think if they come in little packets where you get
they come in a little tube where you get 2 or 3 of them, and you open it up and.
No, I remember that. Oh yeah, okay, I remember that around Halloween now. Yeah, good add to the mix again. Like I said, for some reason, all my top candy choices were chocolate of some kind. I'm like, man, where's all the variety? And I guess now I'm being reminded, you got Tootsie Rolls, you got Gobstoppers, you got your Starburst in there somewhere. Maybe Sour Patch Kids if you're in Illinois, but yeah. No. Nope, Starburst. I'll give it a 5 out of 5. I like Starburst.
I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. I like it, I'll eat it, but if I eat too much, it's it gets almost too sour sweet, if that makes sense, too much.
Sure.
I could eat Reese's forever. I shouldn't do that, but I could.
Yeah. No, me too. I know the feeling. Alrighty, what's next?
All right. Number 3 also happens to be the number 1 candy in Iowa. Can you guess what
Busch
it
Light?
is?
Busch Light?
Maybe. I don't know if
Well,
they're counting that, but sure it's more popular.
Well, I'm just saying that because like there's this candy map, like the favorite candies in Iowa, and I think it must be just an Iowa joke, but Iowa doesn't have a candy; it's just Busch Light. It's like okay, all right, but what's the candy?
M&Ms.
M&Ms. I like M&Ms. Not one of my favorite in the world. I mean, I'd still say it's like a 4 out of 5 candy, but it's not one of the ones I go for like right off the bat. It's
Yeah.
one of my like middle tier candies. Yeah,
hmm
I'll eat them though. I like them.
Yeah, I'll eat them. Like I'd probably give them 2.5. Like I never like crave M&Ms, you know? And
Yeah,
like I feel like that I know they say like they melt in your mouth, not in your hand. That's like the slogan for them. But I feel
yeah,
like whenever I would eat them, like the color would start like melting into my palm, you know?
yep. I know the feeling.
Yep. And I guess like when I eat chocolate, what I want is like that nice smoothness to it. And like I feel
hmm
like the crunch of the shell just kind of, I don't know, detracts something for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I will. I'd still eat M&Ms. I mean, I like them. But yeah, they're not. Guess what you said, and I'd still give it a 4 out of 5 though. I like M&Ms. I mean, they're definitely not the ones I pick for first, but I
Right.
like them.
Yeah.
I'll eat them.
Well, Iowa agrees with you.
Good deal.
All right. So number 2 is Skittles. Taste the rainbow.
I was gonna ask if they were gonna be close together because in my mind, I also kind of group. I had like a hierarchy of the candies I would eat from Halloween in my head, and for some reason, maybe it's just because they look alike, or they're kind of one's chocolate, one's more fruity flavors, but they kind of like yin and yang each other. So, except Skittles, I think Skittles is a 5 out of 5 candy. I mean, it's not one that I buy a lot, but when I do eat it, I'm like, objectively, it's a good candy. So,
Mm.
5 out of 5.
Yeah, I have to disagree just personally. I would give it maybe like a 2 out of 5. Like I still like it because it's chewy, but I would choose like M&Ms over Skittles definitely. And
Mm. Well, I think they're different. I mean, one you're going for chocolate, one you're going for like there's candy, and then there's candy that's also chocolate, and then there's candy that's candy. And I think Skittles is if you're like, I want like a candy. Get what I
yeah,
mean? But that's just what I think about it. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just candy, you know. But
hmm
like it's one thing where like it's the kind of thing where I would eat like 2 pieces and the first 2 pieces would be good. And then like after that, I would be like, why did I open this bag of Skittles, you know?
I don't need like a giant bag of Skittles, but like I don't know, those little Halloween sized candies I think are just about perfect. It's about enough. But yeah.
Mhm. I
hmm
do feel like we were talking about candy that has commercials.
hmm
Skittles like has commercials. Like I actually don't know if they still run, but
Skittles does and M&M's does. Now that I think about it, I mean,
oh
no,
yeah, like the
Skittles still
M&M's
does the
characters.
yeah. Skittles got weird with their yeah. I mean, the M&M characters are iconic. Skittles does these kind of like um they got in those kind of like weird, obscure commercials, like the one where the kid has like chicken pox, but they're Skittles, and the girl's like, "Is it contagious?" As she eats one of them, and then gets Skittles pox too. It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
and then
stuff
doesn't
like
she
that.
eat one of them?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
She eats one and gets it too. So
so I thought she ate one off of herself too. Gross.
no, she eats one off him, and then she gets it too. And she's like, "Is it?" What I think she says, "Is it contagious?" After she's already stuck it in her mouth, and she gets it, and the dude just goes, "No," or something like that. Yeah. Oh well, Skittles. Yeah, I'd give it a 5 out of 5 objectively though. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Did I rate Skittles? I'll rate it 2 out of 5. Um, I actually can't believe that that's the number 2 candy. That kind of
Yeah,
surprises me. But I guess,
for
like we
sure.
said, they do advertise. So moving on to number 1. Any guesses for number 1?
Reese's.
It is Reese's. Yep. It says Reese's cups. I don't know if like the Reese's ghosts and the Reese's pumpkins are included in that. It
Yeah.
just says Reese's cups, but Reese's are
Hmm.
definitely number 1.
Sure. I mean, yeah, Reese's is my favorite candy. I easily give it a 5 out of 5. That's my favorite Halloween candy, and it's usually when, going house to house as a kid, it's one of the ones I'd grab first, and yeah, I always want to get as like many Reese's as a kid. So yeah, interesting that it's number one. So I'm happy about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like we've talked about Reese's before. They're definitely my number one. Like I wouldn't buy candy if it weren't for Reese's probably. And every like Halloween, I always look forward to the pumpkins coming out because I feel like the pumpkins are better than the little Reese's cups. Like they don't have those sharp edges on the sides.
Yeah.
And they do have like seasonal versions of that. So gosh, I don't remember what the Christmas one is. It might be little Santa heads or snowmen or something like that.
Sure.
And then they have like eggs for Easter.
Yeah.
And like then they have Valentine's hearts for Valentine's Day. But then after that, they just have like the regular Reese's cups. And like, I don't know, like, can't you just get like stars or something for 4th of July? Just do it all year.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, I'm guessing, however, though, I mean, they probably stick with their, I don't know, just money. I mean, it probably costs money to make the different shaped ones every year. So, having the base version is probably more cost effective for the Reese's people.
Probably. But it does like get people like me to buy Reese's because I never buy like the regular cups.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what can you do about it?
Yeah, I guess. So 5 out of 5 for me.
Yep, 5 out of 5 for me too. I don't know. That list is kind of a little, I don't think it's comprehensive enough because, I don't know. Maybe I'll just run down through, like, I was making a list of like candies, my top candies in my head, and it's like, all right, Reese's is number one. After that, Twix. After that, Kit Kat. You tell me Twix and Kit Kat aren't better than candy corn? I'm like, that's why I was asking, like, is this about brand of candy or type of candy? Because I'm like, I think Twix and Kit Kat are way better candies than, well, at the very least, candy corn. After that, where's your 3 Musketeers? Then where's the Crunch Bar? I think the Crunch Bar is a forgotten candy that people like. The chocolate bar that has like the Rice Krispies in it, essentially.
Oh, right, yeah.
Then you get kind of like Butterfingers, number 6 for me. Then you get into your like kind of middle of the road candies, which again, that's candies that like M&M's, Skittles, Kit Kats, Blow Pops, Tootsie Roll Pops. And then like my bottom candies that I really kind of don't want, even though I end up eating them anyway. I remember, so I was at Mom's house and she had bought a bag of Halloween candy and I'm looking at it and there's Milk Duds in there and I walk out and I'm like, Milk Duds are never a candy I would just buy on my own. And then I ate like 5 of them, like 5 boxes of them. So I don't know. I might not buy it, but I'll eat it. But so my bottom candies are like, I don't really like Whoppers. I think that's my least favorite candy. Milk Duds for sure. Heath bars and Rolos, I'll put those in the middle tier category. Those aren't the bottoms. I think my bottom ones are Milk Duds and also Charleston Chews. I never really understood Charleston Chews. Those things are just pain in the butt to eat.
They are, but like once you start eating them, like you do kind of feel like you just keep going, right? Like I think with any candy, you just keep going. You're like, okay, I don't really like this, but I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's good.
That's very true. Yeah.
I mean, it's candy. I mean, it's like it's sugar. I mean, it's not like something like broccoli where you're like, I don't like this. Well, I'm like, bad candy is still candy you can eat usually.
It like activates something in your brain, right? Like like some tribal thing where you're like, oh, fat and sugar.
And then Tootsie Rolls also, though Tootsie Rolls in my middle category, but I don't know. Maybe those people need a sternly worded comment about how their candy list isn't very comprehensive. I want to know their criteria. What allows you people to make these claims?
I think it's just how much is sold. I got it from USA Today, so I don't know. Maybe they're...
Well, I'm still surprised like Twix and... No, because Twix, okay, now that we're thinking about candy commercials, Twix does their like left Twix, right Twix commercials throughout the year and stuff like that. No, Twix and Kit Kats, I mean, like, how are those like not even on the list? Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Oh, Snickers. I didn't say where I'd put Snickers. Snickers would be like my 6th or 7th favorite candy bar. So, Yep. Those are my thoughts. Did you have any missing candies, Haley?
Mainly Butterfinger. I mean, I
Butterfinger,
expected Butterfinger to be higher on the list. I mean,
Mhm.
there's things like Milky Way and Three Musketeers. And like, I think everyone recognizes these brands and knows them, but like, I don't know if they're necessarily the ones people are buying most often. Like, I feel like those are probably ones that people are buying in like the mixed bags, basically.
Yeah.
One, I think you actually like, I basically agree with everything you said about like how you rate everything. I feel like I can't decide if I like, Twix or Milky Way better. It's all chocolate bars to me. Reese's is definitely my favorite, my number one. But like, then I just kind of picture stuff as groups. Like there's the chocolate bar group, and that's definitely the top for me. And then below that is like any sort of chewy candy, like Sour Patch Kids, like Starburst. I'd put Milk Duds in there and Charleston Chews in there because they're chewy, but I don't really feel like they're chocolatey enough to actually be in the chocolate category.
Yeah.
And then below that, like Suckers and like any type of hard candy, There's one candy like that I kind of remember from our childhood, and I like associate it almost exclusively with Halloween, and that is those caramel apple pops. Do you remember those?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a forgotten candy, but I remember getting those at Halloween. They're good. It's something about the caramel apple. It kind of had a good Halloween vibe behind it. I also think for some reason, I think that was like the only time of year I'd end up getting those. It was like Halloween. So I think although I forgot it, it's like, it's kind of a nostalgic Halloween candy. It's kind of like, I don't know, it reminds me of Halloween, I guess, getting those.
Yeah, for sure. I think they only sell them around Halloween. I don't even know if they sell them anymore, to be honest with you.
Really?
But like the one exception to that is, so you used to play hockey, right? And we'd go to the sports arena and they had like a little concession stand. They sold those at the concession stand like year round.
Yep, I remember that. Also, lemon heads.
Yep. Oh God, talking about like terrible candies. I forgot
like
about
lemon
those.
heads. I like lemon heads, and I'd get them a bunch because I think they were only selling them for like 25 or 50 cents or something. So I'm like, yep.
Well, I guess if the price is right.
If the price is right. All right. I think it's probably time to go eat some candy.
We haven't talked about Circus Peanuts yet, John.
What are Circus Peanuts? Oh, I don't like those.
Yeah.
I don't like those at all.
I had like a list of bad candies.
Yeah.
Circus Peanuts, I think we've talked about most of them actually. But I feel like candy corn gets like a bad rap. But I feel like Circus Peanuts are literally the worst candy in the entire world.
Yeah.
And Dad, do you remember Dad used to buy them? He'd go to Menards and he'd buy like a bag of the off-brand Circus Peanuts.
I believe it. I don't know. Maybe I just tried to block the memory out because, I don't really like Circus Peanuts. It's kind of a weird candy. Swedish Fish, don't like those either. Yeah.
What about Smarties?
Smarties. Smarties are okay. I mean, I like sweet tarts. So, yeah. I mean, Smarties, they're not my favorite, but for some reason they always seem like kind of an iconic candy. I guess they're just a little bit chalky, though. And there's not much to them, if that makes any sense. Seems really just like you're filling your mouth with the flavor, but I guess maybe that's all candy, really. So, yeah.
That's another one that Dad liked. I remember he would get the Smarties.
Yep.
I'm starting to realize that Dad has questionable taste in candy.
Hey, man, it's probably what he was raised on, so understandable.
That's true.
I mean, I think Smarties were popular like in years gone by, and stuff like Circus Peanuts and Swedish Fish. I think those were just kind of like candies that were probably more when he was like a kid and stuff like that. So I could see why he's into them. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got.
Yep, that's all I got too. Like I said, time to go eat some candy. I will. There's a bowl upstairs. Except I got to make sure I'm not picking out all the good ones because I think it's supposed to be for trick-or-treaters in a few days, and I guess we'll just have to go buy some more if I end up eating all the good stuff, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Or you don't want to have the kids come and be like, I don't like any of this candy. Where's all the good stuff? And I'm like, I ate it. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Oh, excuse me. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is the Dukes of Horror Halloween special. My name is Screwloose.
I'm H.H. Duke.
Have a good one.
Yep. And only buy good Halloween candy.
Yeah.